Good morning. It's June 15. This is the DC Beltway Gardener. It's been about 4 or 5 weeks since we started planting everything in earnest, and I thought I'd give you an update of the front yard garden. The first is the tomato trellis. I'm not really keeping up on the pruning the suckers off, but they're climbing the trellis pretty well. I've got borage and basil intermixed here. They're a companion plant. And there's a couple of these plants, like this Anna Russian, which looks a little spindly, but I think it's going to be okay. And I've started to at least use like twine to try to trellis these up and support the plants a little bit. That's an LD tomato. And I've got a couple like Mexican midget. I had to take a brandywine out. They're not doing so good from wherever I got the seeds from. And so I put a tomatillo in its spot. Nice big basil there. So I think in a couple weeks my early tomatoes will start to produce. We even got the first one, the sun gold, yesterday. And I didn't film it because it was a garden snack. So that's a tomato trellis. Over here, in this front raised bed I got here, 4x8, my eggplant has really taken off. I think that's a Rosa. My peppers have finally gotten into it. I think though, like I said before, I'm not going to put the garlic so close like I did this time, but they're getting a little light, and even that mammoth jalapeno is finding some light. I didn't get all the scapes yesterday. I pulled maybe a couple hundred scapes. My other tomato trellising method is to do this weave instead of tomato cages. So I just got tomato stake, and just some twine that I'm putting the tomatoes in between, and that's what's holding it up. These are the tomatoes. Some are early season. That's a Beams yellow pear. Those were started under the frost cover in April. Those are my mammoth snow peas. There's my compost experiment. I should thin that out. I keep saying that. I don't think I will. I do have a ground cherry in there. That's a ground cherry. It's almost like a tomatillo. This delicata squash is doing all right. You can see it's starting to get some female flowers there. I've got a sugar baby watermelon. It's trying to vine and go somewhere. And now I got cucumbers going up the side, and I've got these metal trellis things. I'm gonna try to train them up a little bit. I even have a cucumber or a delicata squash coming over the side, and that can go up the trellis too. I'll show you here. I've been trying to thin out the leaves on the bottom to get some airflow. I still see some scapes I need to prune off, the garlic in there. What we don't want is a lot of moisture's going to get in there, but we don't want fungus and other things starting to affect the leaves because of no airflow. There's a couple more tomato branches I refuse to prune. That's my theme, isn't it? And then this is my setup for my peppers, looking pretty healthy. We did get a violet sparkle pepper off this plant yesterday, and this is the first year they were successful, and they were delicious. Those are my harvest. I think these are the violet sparkles before they get the purple color to them. I think my basil row is shaded by my cosmos and potatoes too much, so we'll see if those are able to stand up. But the rest of these peppers are all flowering. I got marigolds as a companion plant. I got some beets there in with the basil. Good thing I have basil everywhere else, like there. That's a pepper plant. That's basil. And these are my Havises. Trident poblano. Pretty happy with that. And then I've just got a row of potatoes. And back here in my other garlic bed, I've got some sunflowers that I transplanted it. I'm surprised you're doing pretty well because this is kind of a shaded spot. I'm sure you garden like me and have buckets everywhere. And this is my other compost experiment with some sweet potato there. So that's the front yard garden tour. I hope you like watching my videos and subscribe. In the comments below, let me know what you like to see, and I can describe my methods to you. They're pretty simple, not too crazy. And we'll close on the first sunflower bloom here in the front bed, where I have sweet potatoes in pots. And the first sunflower. That's all for now. I will record the backyard later. Happy gardening, and please subscribe.